A week ago, I told you the story of ForrestFire101, a YouTube legend who went from painstaking stop-motion animation to AI-generated content. The video got 200,000 views, and fans of Forrest seemed shocked by the change in direction, with one saying, "Bro went from stop-motion to slop motion." I thought that was the end of it. Said my piece, the community had responded. But then, to my shock, ForrestFire101 responded to me personally. I'm going to show you his entire comments, and I want you to pay attention because, well, it's complicated. Hey, thanks for making a video about me. I just want to point out that I did not make the 3D version of my channel, as you mentioned some fan did. Fair enough, I got that wrong. Apologies, Forrest. Regarding the AI stuff, I don't intend to have it take over my channel. Thank God for that. There is hope. AI is just something I'm very interested in, as it gives people a lot of new tools that are very exciting to learn. A lot of people seem to assume the whole video was one big prompt or something, and while that would be very cool, it's still created on a shot-by-shot basis, employing several varied techniques over the course of about 2.5 months. Now, hold on, 2.5 months? That's actually substantial work. Forrest is saying that he built the video you can see on your screen right now, shot by shot, not just by typing a prompt and hitting generate. Yes, Forrest is describing a genuine creative process here, hand-drawing keyframes, experimenting with tools, spending months on a project. You can't really call that lazy. The problem with the AI video is that the AI was so poorly done that it was impossible to get over it. Because of how sloppy the AI looked, I would never have guessed that it took 2 months. Please hit subscribe to help me get to 200k subs. It really helps me out. Thank you. The AI animation wasn't done subtly like in Picoyo, where it's just a tool in the background helping the animator. It just overwhelmed everything else. Rather than look like the outcome of months of hard work, the AI usage turned the video into uncanny valley. Forrest continues, saying, "That said, I knew most people would hate it when I posted it. It's sort of just inevitable with all the AI fear-mongering that goes around in creator circles. There probably is some fear-mongering, but at the same time, we've had to deal with bloody BMO going viral this year.
Oh, hello! Look at my hands and my face!
So there's definitely good reason for the fear. And then Forrest said something that genuinely surprised me. I'm personally super tired of the discourse, but I've never felt better as a creator. The assertion that I'm burnt out is so far from my reality. I've been hard at work on a 25+ minute Lego animation for nearly 5 years, and it's about 90% of the way done and looking set to release summer 2026. After that, I'll begin developing a feature film I'm in the process of writing. Honestly, sounds great. I'm absolutely down to watch that Lego animation. In the same way as Riggy, it sounds like a 25-minute Forrest Lego video could help heal the soul of YouTube." Forrest continues, saying, "I encourage anyone who hates AI to re-examine their feelings toward it, and, like all things, recognize it can be used for bad or good." Honestly, that's similar to what I've always said. AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good and for bad. I personally think if it's empowering creators to make good products, then it's good. If it's being used to cut corners and resulting in bad products, then pretty clearly it's bad. On YouTube, we've seen mostly bad so far, but I'm open-minded and I'm super hopeful that it can be used for good. Forrest concludes by saying, "If you really didn't like my animation, I'm probably going to do more, so I would encourage you to unsubscribe as I realize that my stuff isn't for everyone," and ending with a smiley face. Overall, it's a polite and respectful response. Given Forrest's legacy on YouTube, I felt like you guys deserve to see his response so as you can make up your own minds. But that wasn't the end of the story. Forrest left me a measured and reasonable comment. So I was surprised to see him in the trenches of my own comment section arguing with his angry fans. And the tone was different. This user quoted Forrest and said, "I make these videos for myself. Then maybe make them and don't upload them?" Forrest's response, "I'm still going to upload the videos, don't be silly. Not everyone hates them, they'll find their audience eventually. Maybe they will, I guess time will tell." But then things got even more heated. Forrest, just do the logical thing. Delete that Frankenstein of a video, delete any trace of it ever existing, and once you've done all that, put out a long apology about why you used AI and why you'll never do it again, and get right back into making stuff with actual human soul. Forrest's response, "That sounds utterly insane, man. NG." L. Honestly, I guess I can kind of see both sides here. The fan simply wants their childhood hero back. Forrest, on the other hand, thinks that deleting his video and apologizing for experimentation is absurd. Then came yet another exchange which really got to the heart of things. Yeah, using AI is still completely pathetic and idiotic coming from someone like you. I will never accept AI. I wanted to be a game dev or something in the creative industry, but I was born too late to make it. Because of AI, I have no chance of making it anywhere that will fulfill me. If it keeps going this way, I will probably never find something that makes me happy, knowing that some D-head with ChatGPT can get something better in just a few seconds. F-A-I. That comment, honestly, breaks my heart. Here's someone whose literal dreams feel crushed by AI. Forrest Responds is genuinely kind. That's such the wrong way to look at it, said Forrest. Please value yourself more than that. If you have confidence in your work, then there's no reason to be concerned about AI. It will never replace creative expression. That's always going to be on us. Forrest is trying to encourage someone who's feeling hopeless about their creative future, which is pretty good to me. But then I read another comment. The first fan took Forrest's side, saying, now that you, Forrest, explained it, I kind of see your point. The next viewer took the opposite view, saying he basically said, F my fans, I only care about the money. As for Forrest's response, let's see. Basically, except I love what I'm making. And I've always said F the fans, but in the most loving way possible. You can't be a slave to what other people want from you. And there it is, the most Forrest response possible. F the fans, but in the most loving way possible. The next comment was even more interesting. I don't like you right now, dude, but some people in the comment section of the video are overreacting. Bro, I don't support what you're doing, and you clearly don't care at all, and I really don't like that. But someone said their entire life was ruined because of this. The reason why people are mad is because they care about you and your non-AI content. You have fans, and you can't just throw them away like that. This comment gets it. People are upset because they care. As for Forrest's response, thanks for the concern, but I have no obligation to my fans, in quote marks. I'm not into that parasocial relationship stuff. Yes, he put fans in quotation marks. The people who spent years watching his content, sharing it, turning him into the YouTube legend. Apparently, their connection to his work is illegitimate. Parasocial, a word you use to dismiss people. Then a teacher made a comment which really resonated. This is from the bottom of my heart, and every word is true. I am a school teacher and teach English and media. I was reminiscing with the kids about past internet videos that we used to obsess over, the Duck song being one of them. I told them about you, Forrest, as I followed you since I was in high school. I am an adult now of 31 years of age, and I still remember how your videos inspired me and friends of mine to see LEGO as an art form. I told them you were a top creator who clearly had more willpower and focus than a lot of us did at that age. You are an example. AI being used as a tool to organize stuff is fair enough, but you shouldn't fully trust a robot. It might look good, but it's lazy and it's fake. That's not who you are. Your work is your business. I just think it's a damn shame that more people are fascinated with buttons and shortcuts instead of creating something through hard work. It's just a thought. Passionate, granted. You still have amazing content. Hope you reconsider. A teacher who's been showing Forrest videos to his class for years, teaching them that LEGO is art, that dedication, it matters. As for Forrest Response, well, let's take a look. Thanks for the measured response. There's a lot of confusion from people who don't use these tools on how this was done. For me as an artist, it shouldn't be incumbent upon me to relay how something was constructed in order for others to find joy in it. You either like it or you don't. That said, in the interest of education, I worked very hard on this project every day for about 2.5 months. I drew the character models myself for every first and last frame, chose the angles for every shot, sound design, VFX, color correction, etc, etc. It was a very fun but very laboured process, which I truly enjoyed. I plan to always experiment with new tools, and the capabilities given to us through video generation are extremely exciting. He put in effort. He's explaining his process. Fine. But a teacher said they've been using your work for years to inspire kids. And you responded with, you just don't understand the tools. Mate, read the room. I believe the teacher understands AI perfectly well. He's just mourning what you used to represent. I'm not going to tell ForrestFire101 how to do YouTube. The bloke has 1.4 billion views, for crying out loud. But it doesn't take a YouTube expert to see that fans are not happy with the new direction. Indeed, Forrest shared my video with his own fans, and I was genuinely shocked and surprised by the reaction. it wasn't just my comments that were angry, it was Forrest's own fans on his own community post. The classic proudly mocking criticism cope. Thanks for showing me this. I agree with the video for sure. And on, and on, and on, and on. So, where does this leave us? After reading the comments from Forrest, I feel genuinely conflicted. He spent 2.5 months on that AI video, hand-drawing keyframes and experimenting with new tools. All that effort, all that experimentation, and the AI elements were so overwhelming, so uncanny, that they buried everything else. And that's the tragedy of it, really. Forrest is still clearly passionate about creating. He's just passionate about creating in a way that most of his audience don't seem to want to see. Is he ahead of the curve? A visionary experimenting with tools that will eventually become industry standard? Or is he alienating the very people who made him a YouTube legend in the first place? Time will indeed tell. In my previous video, I predicted that ForrestFire101 would end up making an AI version of the duck song. In response, a viewer said, 10 out of 10 rage bait, please make the AI duck song. The comments would be so funny. As you can see, Forrest hearted this comment. The duck song, his masterpiece, over 670 million views, the video that defined him. He's actually considering making an AI version of it. It might actually happen, who knows? But here's what I do know. In summer 2026, that 25-minute Lego animation is coming. 5 years of hard work. The old school Forrest, brick by brick, frame by frame. That video will tell us everything we need to know. Will it prove he never lost his touch, that the AI stuff was just experimentation on the sides? Or will it be filled with AI shortcuts? The final confirmation that the Forrest we grew up with is gone for good. Either way, I'll be watching, because that's what you do with your childhood heroes. You hope they prove you wrong, even when all the evidence suggests they won't. And pray to God he doesn't make the AI duck song, because if he does that, there's a genuinely no coming back. See you in summer 2026, Forrest. Here's hoping you don't let your fans down. Thank you so much to my channel members for supporting me. You guys help me make videos like this that take time and effort. If you want to join the Snipe army and get a shout out yourself, please consider hitting that join button below. Thank you so much for watching. Snipe, snap, out.